You're listening to Exploring Anime with Friends, a JMO for Real podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all major podcasting networks. I'm your host, JMO! And today's friend is my wife and co-host. How's it going today, Sarah?
Hi, everyone. It's going great today.
Excellent. Are you all excited for today's episode of Exploring Anime with Friends?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this one, yes.
My goodness, isn't this one absolutely amazing?
It is.
Today we will be talking about To Be Hero X, a superhero soap opera
You're not wrong.
released in April of 2025. First, we will be diving into the world of To Be Hero X, and we'll look at some of the things that play roles like fear and trust. After that, we will explore some of our heroes whose stories intertwine. After that, we will look at some of the organizations and the commission that ultimately control this world. And finally, we will dive into the stories that bring our heroes together. And if you like what you're hearing today, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Okay, we have to talk about this world first as a whole. Let's just dive right in and talk about a few things that I think are important. This is less of an anime and more of a movement at this point.
Yeah.
There is actual voting for the second season.
That's so cool.
Tell us about the website and the implications of it.
All right. So first things first, To Be Hero X is done through China. China is the one producing this one. So their website is in Chinese. So make sure if you go to the website, you click the buttons to translate it to whatever language you so desire.
We'll link the website in the show notes too.
So basically, there's a voting system, and that's part of the whole To Be Hero X lore. Fans put their trust in these heroes, and the higher trust value is, the more powerful you are, and that's what the voting's for.
To an extent.
Trust
value affects your powers, but it's pretty clear that equipment and martial arts skills also
absolutely
factor in, and matchups do also matter too.
Yeah. So the voting, though, is, I'm so amazed at the fact they're doing this. The voting is set up so in the next season, the higher the vote that character has, the stronger they'll be, or the more they'll pertain to the season. It's just so fun either way, but go ahead.
The person who takes first in the voting isn't necessarily going to win in the second season, but it will affect their performance. It might affect their seeding. It's a little ambiguous the way they're talking about it.
I mean, it's got to be.
But we do know that trust value will be earned from real-life fans for these fictional characters.
It's so fun. It's such a fun thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. By now, you've probably figured out that we're not just talking about a single character. There is no main protagonist of this series. This is literally a superhero soap opera.
Yep.
You're following all these different characters, and they're connecting stories. You're following the world of To Be Hero X, the commission, the tournaments. 41 years ago, an earth-changing event happened, and the commission was given birth out of it. The commission was set up to make sure that heroes are kept in line so that there is a balance of power and something like this event never happens again. From there was also the formation of many different hero guilds. Not really guilds, but more of businesses. This is a world where the heroes are celebrities.
They are.
And these businesses, these guilds, are there to protect the public, but also to earn a little bit of money.
Definitely making money.
They are businesses. They're not just hero agencies. And they manipulate two very special things called trust value and fear value.
Trust is kind of as it sounds. When you have that trust in someone that they can perform that task, it's a belief. It's something you grab a hold of. When you have that from someone in the show, it's depicted by kind of like a digital number that just kind of appears along your wrist. And the higher that number is, that's the more people have trust in you.
And as a result, the greater your powers become.
Yeah.
And for every balance, there is a counterbalance. And this one is frowned upon by the commission. Talk to us a little bit about fear.
I mean, some of the big guys in charge of all these superheroes and stuff like that, some of them haven't even touched fear. I got the feeling that some weren't even sure it was a thing. But fear is the counterbalance to trust. It's more of a tangible thing, though. In one scene, it's injected into someone. In another scene, it's just kind of like floating in the area, just like a haze. It takes over you and it takes your fear and it just projects it. And a lot of people, some turn in like these like kind of monstery zombie things.
Yeah, that's when fear is kind of running rampant in an
Yeah.
area. There's a difference between the injection ones because obviously some of these guys have experimented with fear and they can inject it in.
Mhm.
But fear, like in the Lucky Cyan arc, where you're actually looking at the orphanage and everything, that fear happened organically.
It's just out of, yeah.
Because fear is when trust is failed, and that was one of the things that happened very much in the early days.
Sorry, one of the things about the Lucky Cyan arc, though, is those people weren't afraid. They were angry, and they were blaming. So I'm sure there was an element of fear, but it twisted.
It did, because just like trust manifests in other emotions in this series, fear also manifests into other emotions.
I didn't even
as
think
well.
about that. That's a good point.
We see things like love and power associated with trust, and we also see things like anger and rage associated with fear. They seem to be the core emotions of this planet that everything stems out of. This isn't a story of good versus evil, of love versus hate. This is a story of trust versus fear. And honestly, I thought it was very well done and at least a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because you'll quickly learn out when you're meeting these heroes that we're talking about that just because they have the title doesn't mean that they're heroic. We mentioned Lucky Cyan already. Everyone loves Lucky, right?
I do love Lucky. She's great. So Lucky Cyan, she was just like a little baby when her parents and her were on a plane going, I don't know where, and the plane crashes. Everyone in the plane dies except for Lucky Cyan. So there is a news reporter trying to like catch a good scoop on this, and he's kind of disguised as one of the people checking out the crash. He finds her. He's like, oh, there's no way I can just give this baby to these like government dudes. I'm gonna take the baby with me. Takes the baby, puts her in an orphanage of someone that he trusts. And he explained everything, how Lucky was found, and was pretty much like, just give her a normal life. So the guy does a pretty decent job raising her, and then finds out that she has a really good singing voice. And the workers there realize that she's kind of lucky.
Yeah, she gives blessings.
She gives blessings.
So what do you do when you have a gifted child in your orphanage who can bless people, who is lucky and who can sing well? You start a cult.
You make a cult.
Right?
Obviously.
It's obvious.
Of course.
That's exactly what you do. And
that's what he did.
But eventually, Lucky realizes that she's just being used by the help of someone referred to as the Calamity, who is basically is her counterpart. For all the good luck she has, he brings all the bad luck. And she escapes through that life and eventually makes it as both a pop star and a hero.
Yep.
And she works along with somebody who inspired her so much, whose voice she heard over the radio when she was a young child, someone who graduated as the youngest ever person from the university and wants to become a top 10 hero by the age of 18. Talk to us about Queen.
Queen is probably the sharpest dressed person besides X. I want to point that out.
No. Besides X? No.
He looks sharp in that suit.
Queen is the sharpest dressed person on the show.
Queen looks like the queen that she is.
And Rock is probably number 2.
They're both wearing, X and Rock are both wearing suits.
Yeah, but the gold and the long silver hair as opposed to the short white hair.
We'll fight about this later. So back to Queen. First things first, Queen has her life like planned out for her. And it's impressive. She was the youngest that graduated from the university. She was the valedictorian. She gave the speech. Her power is super, super cool. She can basically create a golden sphere kind of around her, and she can dictate pretty much what happens.
Yeah, she controls reality
She
inside
controls
the sphere,
reality.
which is a little bit different, but kind of similar to the only person who stands ahead of her in the rankings, Hero X. Before we talk about his personality that we see more of in the later episodes of the season, let's talk about the similarity in their powers in that they both have realized that self-belief is even greater than trust. Queen to a lesser extent, Hero X to a greater extent. Tell us about his power.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so one thing I do need to point out through this entire series, the animation style changes in such a great, unique way. So as the animation style changes, sometimes it changes from character to character. Sometimes it'll just change from like one character remembering something that happened in the past. But X, he just controls it. He just snaps his finger and does whatever the heck he wants.
Yeah, we're not sure
we're
if
not
he's
really-
a manga artist who's breaking the fourth wall with it.
Yeah.
We're not sure if he has multiversal control where he can switch into the universe of his choice that favors him. If it's just flat out reality control, it may even just be as simple as time-space control.
Mhm.
Not really sure what it is. It would be pretty sweet if he was like
Eh?
the writer or the artist and he's literally in there as a character too. That would be my favorite one, but
That'd be cool.
I'm going to guess that it's more of a base reality control.
Yeah. So the first time you see X is during the Hero X like championship.
No, the first time you see X is in the Lucky
That's not
Sayad
what I
arc,
meant.
but we don't know that it's
No,
X.
oh man, that
'cause
realization was so great.
You need to
though.
watch this twice
You
to
do.
appreciate how great the stories are woven together.
Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, that was X's coin. Oh my gosh, that's X. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was literally blown away. I love this one so much. Okay, so when you really see X, the first time you see him during every year they host a Hero Championship. It's the top 10 heroes vie for the first place. And first place, that is
Quick
you are Hero
correction,
X.
it's not every year.
Oh.
It was pretty erratic.
Yeah. So he's called X because he has achieved the title of Hero X, the number one hero.
And no one knows who he is,
And no one knows who he is
except Smile.
except for Smile.
Tell us a little about Smile's relationship.
Smile, the hero that he found his power just by doing what he has to do with that smile on his face. He's the hero that some of the younger heroes looked up to. One in particular, Nice, was one of them that looked up to Smile. We see Smile one day going to visit one of his buddies. Very casual looking visit. You know, he brings the drinks and they got the food and they're just having a
And the
good
meat
old time.
sticks.
But every once in a while, his smile's like, well, man, it must be terrible to be the top. And making comments like that. And you and I were both like, that's X.
I mean, it was pretty clear pretty quickly that he was hanging out with his buddy X.
Yeah.
And X is so humble to the point where it's almost like self-deprecating.
Yeah.
He is clumsy. He is
He's
a
not what you expect.
ordinary guy, so down to earth. In some ways appears to be very weak and nondescript until he snaps his finger and his hair color changes and his outfit changes and his confidence changes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's that whole revelation, like, that hits so hard and so great.
Yeah, and another thing that really hits so hard, you mentioned Nice before, the way that Nice was in a spot where after Smile left X's apartment, Smile gets ambushed by Dragon Boy
I hate
while
him.
Nice is watching the scene. Let's talk about Dragon Boy first and then go into Nice afterwards.
Okay, so I hate Dragon Boy, and I was really sad because
I understand Dragon Boy.
I like dragons, and I'm very mad that this character has the word dragon in his name. But anyways,
Dragon Boy has been mistreated the better
He
portion of
has.
his life.
he
and
really has.
He has been groomed into experiencing pain to make him into something much larger that he wants to be now. His arrogance and his cockiness comes from the fact that he now has power to lash back against a world that kind of abandoned him when he was small.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good way to
but-
describe it.
and he's sitting just outside of the top 10 heroes. He's sitting at number 12. And unfortunately for him, only the top 10 get to battle for the title of X. And there is so much spotlight on all of them except for one guy, Smile. So Dragon Boy is going to try to make Smile fall. And you can't do it with a scandal.
He's a
Everyone
good
loves him.
guy. Everyone loves him.
So you have to put him down.
Yeah.
Dragon Boy does battle with him, and eventually he breaks him and takes the smile off of his face. Meanwhile, Nice is watching in the shadows. Talk to us about Nice.
It's pretty crazy. The first time we see Nice, he jumps off a building, but the thing is, Nice can fly if he so chooses,
But he doesn't there.
but he doesn't there. So what led up to that was this whole crazy scene with Smile and Dragon Boy. Nice has been groomed from a very young age. He's been made into like the perfect person.
Yeah, his power is perfection.
His power is perfection. He can dodge virtually anything. He can kind of see it coming. He's given an injection of fear and he's like, whichever one wins, use this on them.
And he's doing this because he's right now ranked number 15 on the hero list. And
Mm.
he's trying to get into that top 10 himself, too. But he gets exposed by Dragon Boy during the fight, and Nice has to make a choice. And for the brief moment, he chooses the right thing,
Yeah.
but it just completely backfires. And we're not going too much into this, but Nice's mind is shattered, Smile's left done, and Dragon Boy has received the power up. He has damage reflection and power amplification. And that's ultimately, he doesn't defeat Nice also because X jumps in and snaps victory.
Thanks. Oh, it's can we go into how he does it exactly? Just to further cement like what X's powers are. Can we explain that? How he just
Yeah, go for it.
He snaps his finger and literally just like it looks like he's ripping a page out of a comic book, and he just crunches up Dragon Boy as a paper page and chucks him into the water, and then suddenly Dragon Boy comes up as like spluttering from the water.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely hilarious the way it works.
It was hilarious.
And everyone's pointing out he's drunk when he's doing this. Too.
Yeah, we looked up some things. No, this was like he was literally drunk still.
He's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So if you like what you're hearing so far, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And you can watch this for yourself a lot of places. We've been watching it on Crunchyroll, though. Definitely check it out. Not only give it the watch, but the rewatch, because you see how these stories intertwine so well afterwards. We're going to round out the rest of the top 10 very quickly, but we've given some of the major players, and 3 of them we're going to be talking about when we talk about the big story of how everything twines together. And those 3 are Loli, the Johnnies, and Ghostblade. Give us a quick synopsis of all 3 of them.
So Loli, she's very brash. I think that's the best word to describe her. She's got a super suit that she designed herself.
That can negate both trust and fear.
The material that's made out of is some kind of alien material. She's not necessarily one of my favorites, but she has great background stuff going in with her storyline.
Yeah, and another part of the alien ship, there was an alien on that ship who becomes named Big Johnny, who becomes the son of Little Johnny. Does Little Johnny even have a power other than throwing a boomerang?
He controls Johnny when Johnny gets big?
I think he can talk to animals.
Either way, it's adorable.
He has a giant alien monster as his pet.
Big Johnny starts off
as his son.
As his son, yes. But when Big Johnny hits that stress level, and I'm not talking about like stress, I'm talking like Little Johnny is in trouble, Big Johnny's going to save him, turns into this giant,
almost like an emphatic link between the 2 of them, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm not fully sure how it works. The one thing that's most notable is Little Johnny has the most bubbly, ridiculous personality of the show. He talks too much, he smiles too much, he laughs too much, and he thinks everyone his friend. Even Ghostblade, who doesn't talk at all, doesn't show emotion.
Doesn't.
Who is probably the top assassin on Earth.
He probably is.
And maybe the fastest character.
I mean, Isol, they're keeping up with each other.
Isol's keeping up because he can shoot lightning.
Yeah, lightning is pretty fast.
And he can cause stunning. And Isol's got full electrical control. And after that, we also have Ahu. He's a dog. He's a dog who can transform. And he was given his hat by X.
Yes.
Did we cover the full top 10? Commoner. Just give us a quick shout out about Commoner.
Commoner's what we start with in the beginning of the series. When Nice jumps off the building, Commoner kind of takes over as Nice. And it's actually crazy cool. Towards the end of the arc with Commoner/Nice, basically Nice personified at this point, and he's trying to break out of being Nice so he can go save someone. And he has to literally fight off the trust value that he's gained with Nice. And when he does that, and when he goes and saves the day, he becomes Commoner.
Yeah, and these are the first 4 episodes, and they're actually chronologically the last because it jumps time period all over the place, showing you different sides of the same stories, episodes apart. It's excellent the way that it's done.
Oh, it's great.
And we haven't even talked about some of the supporting heroes.
Oh man, there's
Ones
so much.
like Moon, who is very interconnected with both Commoner and Nice. It's Enlightener, who plays a significant role in both Commoner's and Isol's arcs. DJ Shindig, he plays a very significant role, and he's also the fastest rise to X ever. And you think the story is about them. No, the story is not about them. The story is about the Commission controlling and the Big 4, MG, DOS, Treeman, and FOMO carrying out their own agendas. A few quick words on the commissions.
There's so much going on in this show. The commissions there are basically just to make sure that the heroes don't go too bonkers with their cool superpowers, to make sure the crazy thing that happened previously doesn't happen again. So they're just trying to keep everyone in line, make sure everyone's being good and behaving with their powers.
Yeah. But meanwhile, the top hero agencies, their leaders are part of the commission, are all weaving their agendas in and out of this. And when you're watching it and you're focused on the fight scenes and the heroes and the development of the heroes' personalities, a lot of smaller scenes get lost.
Yeah.
And on the rewatch, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, Rock, Mickey, and Shand are the actually the three main characters.
Pretty much.
And then the leader of FOMO, too. FOMO is the #1 hero social media, and they're the edgy, the technologically advanced company out of all of them. And at the end of the first season, members of FOMO include Nahu and Loli. Various members came and went throughout, but that's what FOMO more or less is. There are 3 major agendas being carried out by the other 3. I guess we start at the beginning, because the beginning is with Rock leaving FOMO to take over at MG after Shand left MG to start Tree Man. Rock and Shand are completely connected because Rock rose Isol to the top by manipulating Isol to believe that the old Isol had killed his best friend, who just so happens to be the son of Shand. I don't want to spoil too much, but Rock's whole thing, he doesn't use fear, but he does not believe in the commission. He wants to be able to ascend his chosen heroes into godhood. And that's why Isol and Dragon Boy, the 2 that work for MG, are as corrupt as heroes can be. Shand, at that point in time, leaves the MG group, forms Treeman, and starts grooming Nice. Nice works for him. Commoner works for him. Shand is working with fear. He is creating fear armies. He's creating serums to inject into other people. And he's doing all this research on his own. And it's one of those things where I think his motive is purely revenge against Rock. He's probably done when he puts Rock down, when he strips everything from Rock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if there is a hidden agenda, maybe he's trying to revive his son. And meanwhile, Mickey's the head of DOS, and Queen is with him, Lucky Cyan's with him, the Johnnies are with him. It's the #1 hero agency in the world, and everybody just kind of respects them because of the way they do business. Do you want to say anything about Mickey?
He is so manipulative without the general populace knowing it. Like,
Yeah.
he just digs his claws in and they don't know a thing. It's pretty great to watch Mickey do his thing, to be honest, because you see they did such a good job with the animation for his facials.
Oh my goodness.
You have to watch his expression every time.
And he is responsible for more or less orchestrating the whole Ruin event. Talk to us about the Ruin events and many of the moving parts that converge into it.
There's a lot of spoilers going on everywhere here.
This is the only arc where we're given hard spoilers on, though.
That's fair, that's fair. So basically, there was an alien ship that crash landed so long ago. It's where Big Johnny came from.
I mean, it's a well-kept secret.
Yeah. So the
Mickey
plan,
knows.
Mickey
Rock
knows.
knows.
Right, yeah, okay, those guys know. The plan is to go back to that and see if there's anything else that they can find.
They found out that the material that the ship is made out of suppresses both fear and trust. The commission wants to eliminate fear and suppress trust.
Yep, which is dastardly, but clever.
I mean, heroes are dangerous. And
Heroes
in
are
many
dangerous.
situations self-serving. Eliminating them from the equation serves the world well. It brings about order. Takes away chaos at the same time.
I feel like they're being underhanded with it, so I'm kind of opposed to it.
Yeah.
So either way, they're trying to just do what they can to get this, to get anything else from it that they can. But of course, everyone finds out.
Yeah, because the Glimmer Lab is bringing in a team in order to collect everything.
Yeah.
But MG and DOS and even Tree Man quickly find out what's going on.
So the original group going in is Loli, her dad, her friend, Ghostblade, and the Johnnies, plus all the red shirts, of course. But they're the original ones sent in to check out this place. And it gets really chaotic real quick. Big Johnny recognizes this place. It's where he came from. So he's like scratching around, looking around. And of course, he gets in a place where he can't.
Even before that, though, the Spotlight organization, which basically is part of DOS, sends in a fear-induced DJ Shindig to test the fear weapon against the group.
Oh, yeah, as they're traveling.
More to cause chaos and to test the fear than actually destroy the group, in my opinion. But it's just a natural step because Mickey loves chaos. As he puts it, chaos is good for business. And chaos breeds the best heroes.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not trying to kill or hurt anyone. He's trying to just have his little sadistic fun.
It's a good way to put it.
But after Ghostblade takes out DJ Shindig...
Yay for Ghostblade.
he now is put in a spot where his mission from Rock, because he was part of MG at this point in time, he leaves afterwards, was to kill Little Johnny and capture Big Johnny.
Yep.
But Rock feels something's off, and he sends a backup plan.
He sends Isol. He is a great one to send through the ruins. He catches up, right, as Ghostblade's looks like he's getting ready to take out Johnny. Suddenly Isol's there, and suddenly Ghostblade's protecting Johnny from Isol. And the fight is fantastic. Isol and Ghostblade are a great matchup to watch.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if Ghostblade wasn't also trying to protect, and if he was in an area that had more hiding spots instead of an arena style, I would actually think that Ghostblade would be able to take Isol.
I think so too. It's called Ghostblade for a reason.
And meanwhile, there's another fight going on because Nice is sent by Shand. So Rock sent Isol to hide the past, and Shand sends Nice to protect the future.
Pretty much.
This material needs to be destroyed because Shand works with fear.
Yeah, that's literally what he's doing.
Matter of fact, Nice is a product of both trust and fear. So right before Nice kills the scientist, Loli pops in her battle suit, and she does battle with Nice. And these battles are just waging on.
Everyone's taking hits. Everyone's dishing it out.
In the meantime, Shand also sent an army of walking fear zombies in.
Just to kill everyone.
Loli has to take care of that, and that allows Nice to get an upper hand on her.
That's fair.
So it's all about to go down, and Big Johnny has completely come out and is now battling Isol. And Isol's kind of getting his butt kicked at this point in time.
I mean, that's what happens when a giant monster's attacking you.
And someone shows up because Mickey just didn't plan for the chaos.
Man.
He didn't just manipulate Shand into making his move. He also sends his top two heroes, his niece, Queen, on a vacation in the area, knowing that they would show up and save the day.
But it's done so much better than that. It's not like he's sending them there. They were kind of heading in that direction. And he just slips one little word in there. You're like, oh my gosh, he's doing this intentionally. So from a distance while they're driving, it's pretty easy to spot Big Johnny. And Queen and Lucky Cyan are like,
they're good friends with Little Johnny.
That's their friend over there. They got to see what's going on. And Queen just shows up and takes control.
And the stories come out very quickly following this whole thing. Isol drops in the rankings drastically, but somehow Shand spins it to where Nice is battling the fear zombies and saving from them. So Nice rises up, and Queen stays at number 2, and Lucky Cyan stays at number 7. And the Johnnies and Loli jump into the top 10 as a result of it. But overall, what did you think?
Man, I feel it's premature to say this, but I want this to be Anime of the Year. It has taken me on such a journey, such a wild ride. The artistic style changing up so much. Some people don't like the fact that it jumps from one character to another, sometimes a little rapidly. I don't even care. It ties it in so well. And I'm going to jump back one step. The art style is amazing. And
the art styles.
Yes, the art styles are amazing. But the theme song, I actually asked it to be put on our master list. I love the theme song. That's my jam. That's my style of music.
And the closing credits too,
And
right?
the closing credits, yeah.
Definitely listen to the music. 100% recommend not only watching this, but watching this twice so you can get everything. And the first time around, enjoy all the action going on. The second time around, look for the story. Whenever there's a scene with Rock, Mickey, or Shand, pay close attention, please, because honestly, these characters are all so well written. This world is well written. The characters all, to some extent or another, made me feel something. And the stories just are expertly woven in and out. I 100% recommend this. I'm really looking forward to season 2. And if the second season is nearly as good as the first season, it's going to be one of my favorite animes of all time.
Same. Honestly, same.
So once again, we looked at the world of 2B Hero X, and we explored both trust and fear. After that, we dove into some of the heroes that make the story memorable, whether it's Lucky Cyan, X, or Isol. After that, we broke down the commissions, and we looked at the characters of Rock, Shand, and Mickey. And finally, we gave you the story of the Runes event that really helps to change and set up the top 10 going into season 2. We hope you had as much fun exploring the world of 2B Hero X as we have, and consider watching this anime. So if you like what you heard today, make sure you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you stream your podcast. Listen to all of our J-Mill for Real podcasts, and hit us up on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Once again, this was Exploring Anime with Friends. Let's explore together.